Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Lake of Voices. It has been a while since I've played this game. In the last episode, we finished off the guide's route and my mind was blown. It was insane. I can't believe, I was like, oh, okay, we're getting a cute ending. Nope. Nope. This mofo took her with him into the lake. Like, oh my god. I don't know why he did that though. It's a big mystery that I'm dying to find out the answer to, but I'm hoping that as according to the creator of the game, I need to play through Lou's route again, and hopefully with the help of a walkthrough, I'm gonna get the other ending for Lou, and apparently that will give us more answers. So we'll see. Now, the key is to figure out uh, where the best save to jump back to is. Alright. So the bridges are late, and the guide is going to be in danger, and this time I can't save him by throwing the lantern.
Not all. I wonder. No.
Should we return?
Staying, remaining.
Okay.
If the prowl. Of course.
I'm hesitant to use the skip button.
Fine.
Okay. They're coming.
I fit. Don't worry about me.
Oh yeah, Lou was like a monkey up there.
Our safety is most important. Consider.
Okay, we're almost there. Okay, now I wait. A piercing whistle breaks my concentration. It is out of place enough to catch the attention of the guide and the Nixie. Oh, this is different. Okay. Because last time that I got to this point with... I think it was with everybody else. But Lou wasn't with me then. One of my original playthroughs. And... yeah, it was Bimale's route. And we let the guide actually get hurt. And we ended up having to carry him. But this time, it looks like waiting was the right thing to do because somebody else, probably Lou, is doing something? Huh. Lou effortlessly jumps out of the tree he was hiding in and lands on the sand. He stands alone and undefended. His face is serious. What is he thinking? I frantically look between the group of Nixie and Lou. The creatures are still as statues as their fixation on Lou never wavers. I wonder if a part of their minds is telling them the opportunity looks too good to be true. Lou, apparently unsatisfied with their hesitance, takes a step even closer while speaking angrily. Whoa, what is this?
Do you want someone or not?
Huh. The spell keeping them in place breaks, and some of the Nixie abandon the guide to slink towards Lou. I cease standing as well and rush over to Lou, lantern in hand.
Wait!
His shout stops me in my tracks, and amazingly, the prowlers halt their advance as well. I had not realized they were such cautious creatures. Whoa, what is going on here?
Watch the guide. I'll be back by the fire soon. Let me do.
Oh, he said something else. But that's weird because it didn't say that, but I think he was saying, let me do this. Let me go down. History, can I go down? No? Okay, fine. But yeah, he said, let me do this. That's weird because the text didn't say that he was going to say that. Despite my worries for him, I understand. He is not in complete danger, and we do need to protect our way across. I believe that Lou is capable of handling the situation. I look to our lead. Even fewer Nixie are around him as they all curiously inspect Lou. The guide glances away from them for a single heartbeat to make eye contact with me, and then it's over. He wordlessly swings his staff out at the Nixie still near his side. The tense silence becomes filled with screeching hisses as they retreat back to the water, freeing the guide of any immediate threats. Unaffected and without appreciation, he gives an order to Lou.
Return to the fire.
You should say thank you, you know? Lou scoffs at his response, mumbling a reply of his own.
I was going to.
You sound like a petulant little child. That was the first time I've seen him speak directly to the guide. It's doubtful he would have been able to make it out with the distance between them, but Lou looks satisfied enough. His relaxed state is premature, as the Nixie are deeply focused on him now, ready to attack at the first opening. Lou takes a few deep breaths as he steels himself to run. Without a hint of warning, I burst forward as soon as he starts to move. The Nixie leap right into the now illuminated area. Pain and panic overtake them. Lou looks over his shoulder at the sound of their hisses. He smirks lightly as he watches the prowlers abandon the chase and flee. After returning back near the fire and bathing in its light, he faces me fully and gives me a small, shy wave. Why are you shy now after what you just did? I put my free hand over my chest at the sight, gladdened that he's safe. I don't truly have the luxury to think much of what just happened, however. The guide is fine. There are no Nixie in his immediate vicinity, but they're beginning to re-emerge already. We're not out of this yet. Gripping my lantern, I watch over everything and everyone in sight vigilantly. After an untold period of time, the water begins to stir. There's an unusual gurgling, a sound I never thought I would be this relieved to hear. Slowly, creakily, the bridges make their nightly appearance. Sinlos is an overwhelmingly cruel environment. This island had felt like a safe haven such a short time ago, but that has been twisted to the point where I'm grateful for a chance to return to the maze, and we may not even reach that. Okay. Is this the part I can skip because it's the same?
We have to leave.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. So from here on, I'll just be skipping stuff we've seen. Let's fight.
If you're going to fight, then I am as well. I will attach the lantern to my belt for now.
Okay. Skip. Alright, now we're to new stuff. I quickly straighten myself out and mull over our current situation. We start to consider how we are going to travel now that we only have 2 lanterns.
I can stay ahead in between the guide's light and yours. I will be fine there.
At that, I become fraught with worry. I look over at Bemele, concern rioting through my body as I wonder how he'll fare being so far away from a light source.
I think it would be fine if we all stayed together.
Bemele and I confer with our eyes before silently agreeing with one another. We nod.
Okay, we'll do that then. Thank you.
As we start moving forward once more, I close in on Lou, who's walking ahead. He turns his head at my approaching footsteps.
I wanted to thank you for earlier. It got the guide out of a difficult situation, and you still watched out for yourself, like you promised.
Okay. Lou looks abashed over the praise, though he's clearly happy about it. He scratches the back of his neck nervously.
Thank you for saying that, and for what you did when I was running back towards the fire.
I offer him a warm smile. Oh, he's like a little puppy.
It was no trouble, truly. If you don't mind, I would be glad if we could assist each other on the journey, rather than have to do everything on our own.
He smiles and chuckles noncommittally. His laughter trails off into the empty air without an answer. I wonder if perhaps he's still worried about relying on others for help. Pushing him at this point would be futile and inappropriate, so I allow the conversation to die. With nothing more to say, Lou moves back up. Aw, I wanted more bonding. Well, we'll see. We continue along the bridges. The only sound is the hollow echo of our footsteps and the whispering in the water as it sloshes against the wood. The stillness doesn't reassure me. Instead, it rings through me like a blaring warning bell, my instincts picking up on the all too familiar moments of calm before the storm, the peace before the battle breaks. My fear is realized only a few moments later. Far in the distance, I hear the wet smacking crunch of another set of steps. I peer back to see a prowler slowly following us with its distinctive wobbling gait. It's possible that it has been following behind us since we escaped the shore, and only now drawn near enough to notice. Considering our amount of light has shrunk so noticeably since that first night, it doesn't surprise me that it would follow so persistently. All we can do is keep a close eye on it and hope it doesn't draw too close. I glance over at Lou, who's been quiet for some time, as though he's deeply entranced by his own thoughts.
Lou,
He jerks nearly imperceptibly as he's brought out of his reverie. He briefly looks my way, only to dart his eyes left and right like someone trying to remember what's real upon waking from a disorienting dream. I feel slightly apologetic and try to smile reassuringly at him. Instead of acknowledging me, he turns his gaze back to the wood. A moment passes between us, and then he raises his eyes up to mine again and beckons me to come closer. After I reach his side, he surveys the other two party members. Once he seems satisfied with their positions, he draws in towards me and speaks in an almost whisper.
You wouldn't mind hearing a little about me, would you? I'd like to talk to you about it.
Yes, please, give me that juicy, juicy lore. Okay, please do. He grins at me. However, his face quickly falls. He has to look away as he prepares to open up.
I was the black sheep of my village. I wasn't ever able to accomplish anything, and it felt like I never belonged.
Right.
I couldn't go anywhere else. It wasn't possible for someone like me. I didn't exactly want to leave, though. I only wanted to feel I was worthwhile, that I was wanted, needed. I tried again and again to be that to someone, but it was pointless.
Aw. He chuckles bitterly.
Like myself.
I pointedly give him a frown. He ducks his head further.
You probably already know that much about me by this point, huh? I'll move on. During one of my attempts to be of any use, I made some mistakes. I got caught by people who threatened my village. I didn't have the nerve to stand up to them. I put everyone I knew at risk.
Oh boy.
I had a chance to make up for what I did, but I didn't take it. And now this is where I am.
His face falls to the depths of despair.
The worst part is, the longer I'm here, with you, the less I regret it. No matter what happens to them or me, I wouldn't ever want to change my decision to go with you. I'm such a selfish coward. At least I'm embracing that now.
After one weak, self-derisive laugh, he sighs in defeat. I want to help Lou. I wish he could see his own worth. However, my mind is distracted. Something in his story strikes me. When we first found him, he was heading in the opposite direction of us. He must have started from the other shore. There's only one village located in that direction.
Lou, are you from Hemmer? That's where I am heading. It's currently under siege, and I've been asked to assist in pushing the Brigadiers back.
He wordlessly stares at me. His expression is clouded with unreadable emotion. After a moment, he turns to the ground and murmurs softly.
No specifics. I'm sorry.
Okay. He tries to sound lighthearted, but it's clear that he's shaken. I try to offer him a sympathetic smile.
I understand. The people there will be all right. I will make sure of it.
Okay, we remember this from before.
That's good.
Lou acts as though he chose to cross Sinlos only for his own sense of self. However, I suddenly wonder if there's more to it than that. Was he crossing to find help on the other side? Despite my curiosity, God, I can't talk today, I couldn't ask him to elaborate. It's clearly a difficult topic for him, and I already agreed to not get specifics out of this. I reach over to him and gently stroke his back. Oh, I remember this. I was like, ooh, girl, you forward. Alright, let's continue on. He shivers at my touch, though it is in no way from discomfort. I caress him and he allows me to. Okay. Do we skip this? Too close for comfort.
Stay where you are.
Okay. My eyes are drawn to the guide. He's making small movements.
The boards ahead are unstable. They may break when stepped on.
Okay, I can't skip this for some reason. It won't let me.
Is there another path?
This is our path. Move slowly and do not have two people on the same board at a time. I will cross first. When I find a stable section, I will inform you. Then you will follow my lead.
So I'm not sure if something new is going to happen here, and that's why I can't skip it. He doesn't allow us time to answer before darting forward. His steps are light, but beneath him the wood creaks loudly. After it is well established that we will be unable to cross normally, my chest tightens with worry. I can almost feel the prowler drawing closer with each passing second.
Why are the bridges this way? They can be burned into ash and will still rise the next nightfall. And yet this spot is less stable than the rest. It is strange.
There likely isn't a reason for it. It's just another piece of madness.
Yeah. Lou doesn't say anything on the topic, merely staring ahead. The guide breaks his cautious steps, testing the security of the bridge.
Where I am now is solid. You only need to reach this position.
Now that the guide has successfully crossed the bridge to a stable point, the rest of us recognize that we have little time to waste. The haphazard, squelching footsteps behind us are only getting louder and louder. Lou moves ahead of us onto the strange bridge. We each make our way carefully towards the other side. The slowness of the pace makes it seem so much longer than it really is. When Lou finally makes to the other side to safety, completely unharmed, an outpouring of relief overwhelms me. I don't dwell on the feeling, as all my focus is drawn once more to my own crossing. The boards creak ominously beneath my feet, almost like they are protesting against my footsteps. Ooh, with a shuddering crash, one of the boards snaps beneath my feet. Oh shoot! Before I even realize what's happened, I feel the cold waters of Sinlos close over me. This is new. The air in my lungs bursts out in an involuntary scream, nothing but bubbles in the murky water. The hushed silence of the air is replaced by the dull rumble of water rushing into my ears. Oh crap. The waters are so dark, I can barely tell what way is up. Only the almost oily sensation of the lake's heavy water flowing past me gives me a sense that I'm rapidly sinking. I thrash my arms in a desperate attempt to slow my descent into that horrible blackness below. A vice-like grip seizes my leg, halting my feeble attempt at escape. Terror grips my heart just as tightly, and I kick downward with all my might at the monster I know lurks under me. I have no idea if my assault made a difference, but miraculously, I feel the hold leave my leg. Oh? With renewed hope spurring me on, I frantically claw my way back to the surface. Oh, that's rare for somebody to survive falling in the water. Like I'm escaping a burial, my head bursts free, and I eagerly gulp down lungfuls of life-giving air. Then I work my way back to the bridge and cling to the wood with both hands. The moment I try to hoist myself up out of the water, the board beneath my hands bends. I realize at once that if I apply any more pressure to it, it will snap just like the other one. Weakly clinging to the edge, I exert tons of my energy dragging myself through the clinging water beside the path to find a sturdier piece. The wood pierces into my fingers and leaves deep splinters in its wake. Ouch. After dragging my drenched body, feeling the whisper of cold hands just beneath my feet, reaching to drag me back into the depths, the boards finally grow sturdier. With all my strength, I push to haul myself out of this void. The viscous liquid does not take well to resistance. Moving up causes it to tighten around my waist like a massive Nixie hand keeping me in. With a final effort, I manage to tear myself free and practically hurl myself across the wooden planks. Exhausted from the effort, I shakily bring myself to my feet. Once I feel the disorientation of my narrow victory pass, I search the surroundings to get a feel of where I am now. Oh no! Dread fills the pit of my stomach as I realize that I've returned to the opposite side of the unstable bridges. I look across to see Bemele and the guide, who view the scene in shock. Wait, oh, this explains why they didn't grab her. I bet you Lou jumped in. Ah, damn it! I stand there, dazed for a beat, before opening my mouth to speak. A splash interrupts me. I instinctively take a step backwards and look at the water. It's Lou. He's fallen in. No, girl, he probably jumped in to save you. Oh no! That's why they weren't all over her. That's why that one that had her leg let her go. A ragged gasp escapes me, and I rush to his aid. I thrust my hand out towards him before he starts to sink. He takes it and grips me tightly. I start pulling with every single muscle in my body. Unfortunately, I'm fighting against much more than just the water this time. The strength of the Nixie is too great. I can't bring him up. I can only keep him from going further down. Oh no!
Bring the light here!
I beg them with frantic eyes, then return my full attention to Lou. If I lose sight of him for more than a moment, I fear I'll lose him.
You'll be alright. You only need to hold on.
Oh, shoot. In the lake, the disturbed water around the heads of the Nixie distorts their visages into cruel, twisted grins. They pull harder on Lou, and my grip on him slips incrementally. I listen for the sounds of creaky boards. They have to be coming. They have to be. Well, they didn't really make an effort to help you either, so I mean, it's really not a good situation. I repeat these words over and over again, chanting them and desperately trying to believe them. Lou's voice bubbles out. It's difficult to parse in the cacophony of chaos surrounding us. However, the final part is clear.
Behind you!
Oh no, the other one that was following, right? No! With that, Lou painfully rips his arm from my grasp. The only bit of color against the murky lake disappears into darkness.
Lou!
I scream towards him, but it's too late. He's already long lost to the inky depths of the lake. Oh no! Tears sting in my eyes. I thought we were on his route. What? Am I following the guide correctly? I'm worried. Oh no, I knew it. There's the one behind you. But not allowing his warning to fall on deaf ears, I whip my head around to find the prowler standing over me, torso hanging over its hips at an impossible angle as it leers at me. Oof. My jerky movement startles it into recoiling back. I use the opportunity to swiftly roll out of its reach. I hop back onto my feet and unsheath my sword, ready to fight. The prowler tenses the few strings of sinewy muscle on its bony frame, lowering its posture. As it starts to inch closer to me, I give it a hateful glare, digging in my heel to steady my footing. Before it gets within arm's reach, I take aim and strike. The tip of my blade grazes its hand, and the creature hisses violently. Pure white liquid like the tears falling from its eyes seep from the wound, dripping into the cracks of the wood. Despite this, the prowler does not retreat. It continues circling me, creaking more violently than ever. Finally, the light from the guide's staff pours over the scene. When the glow envelops me, the prowler turns and leaps back into the lake. Oh no. Oh no! Where did I go wrong? I thought I was following. I'm sad. I'm really sad now. How did I end up caring about Lou? Dang it. The adrenaline was the only thing keeping me together. With that cut, I fall to my knees and start to bawl. He was right there in front of me, and yet I could do nothing to help him. He's gone. Bemele bends down and grasps my shoulder lightly. He brushes closer to my face and whispers softly.
Are you okay?
I peer down, and my eyes trail to the edge of the bridge where Lou was lost. My focus isn't unnoticed.
Do not go near there. The Nixie did not expect someone to be in the lake without their doing, much less two. You were very lucky. Anyone who draws close to the water now will die.
I feel like an empty husk.
Why?
It's one word, and it's the only one I can manage. He was safe on the other side only a moment ago, but...
He jumped into the lake himself.
I knew it. Ah! I stare up at the guide, utterly shocked by his scoffed statement. I open my mouth to speak. However, it hangs agape as I struggle to find the words. How could he do that? Why would he do that? Was that the reason they released me? Because they were trying to grab him instead. Bemele grips my shoulder tighter and tries to console me. The guide still looks unhappy with the situation. He stoops down to be at my eye level.
We have to move on. If he wanted you to survive so much that he threw himself to the Nixie, then you should respect that. Relight your lantern.
Damn! Are we never gonna get a happy ending with Lou? He's always gonna die. That's so sad. I gaze at him with empty eyes. Then I let my gaze fall back to the boards. My lantern lies deserted where it landed after I reached for Lou. I refused to relinquish it while in the lake because I had the nerve to hope I would make it back. If I had known, it would be at the cost of his life instead. I'm not sure what I would have done. But I have an idea. When I don't move, the guide extends his long, slender arm and retrieves the lantern. He gingerly offers it to me. I awkwardly pick up my sword and return it to its hilt. My limbs shake as I take the proffered lantern. Bemele takes out his matches and offers them to me, since I'm soaked from the previous skirmish. I take the match from his hand and swipe it to ignite. I relight my lantern. It glows with light once more. Without another word, the guide stands. I force myself up onto my feet to join him. He turns around and faces forward, his coat swaying behind him. Carefully, he makes his way across the unstable boards once more. I watch the guide listlessly as he crosses. I can hear Bemile's voice vaguely in the background. He's speaking gently to me. However, no matter what he's trying to say, his words just come out muffled and distant, like someone underwater. The guide makes it across and turns to face us. It's our turn now. Bemile and I tread onto the bridges, carefully stepping over the broken section. This time, no boards snap. We make it to the other side in one piece. Bittersweetness overcomes me. Even though I'm relieved that no one else succumbed to the same fate as Lou, the previous scene still echoes in my mind. I wipe a tear from my eye. Why couldn't it have held firm the first time? We spend a moment looking at each other and then at the boards, no one knowing what to say. After a pause, the guide starts walking again. We must follow. Continuing on or staying behind to be with Lou eternally are the only options. The guide is right. He wouldn't have wanted that. Oh man, I'm so sad. We keep walking down the path, lost deep in foggy despair. First Margaret, and now Lou. It's difficult to come to terms with. The sickening feeling of it all sinks to the bottom of my stomach and settles like thick bile. Being here feels as though I'm at the swirling center of an endless nightmare. I reach down to lightly touch the pouch that houses the shell. All I have left is to keep moving forward with heavy steps until this is truly, finally over. I caress the pouch and force back the gush of tears that threatens to return. Eventually, the guide slows to a stop in front of us. He waits, looking forward quietly, before turning around to face us.
Take my staff. I will need your lantern. Our path is blocked.
Oh? I clutch the lantern tightly.
Are you going to throw it?
No, it may not be poised to attack yet. I will blow out the light and draw nearer. Then I will relight it once I grow close enough to the Prowler. That should force it to retreat without having to risk losing one of our remaining lights.
Okay. I'm surprised at how desperate the plan sounds. However, I don't object to it. I have no alternative to suggest.
All right.
Poor Kika, she sounds so done. I offer my lantern, and he trades me his staff.
Stay here. The Prowler will not act rashly as long as it sees no light close by. It will be on guard if you approach.
Wow, even the image of him down here without the lantern, without his staff, I mean, it's so interesting. Wow, he looks weird.
What if I don't have a light either?
I turn quickly to Bemile, terrified at the notion. He can't throw himself to those monsters too. I level a disapproving glower at him.
With no protection, you risk being taken at any moment. You need to wait here.
I'll keep matches in hand and light one if needed. I can't let someone go off that far without a light. I won't be changing my mind.
Oh boy. A pang wells up in my chest. He feels just as much regret over the situation as I do. I don't want him to take unnecessary risks like this yet. I can't say I don't understand his desire to do so. I would have wanted to go after the guide if Bemile hadn't. As it stands, someone has to remain with our light, and that will be me. Bemile has made his decision. The guide narrows his eyes at Bemile, yet he says nothing more and walks off into the darkness. Bemile gives me a rather apologetic smile. I try to tighten my own lips into a smile, but fail halfway through. He pulls out his box of matches and keeps them handy as he starts walking towards the guide. The silhouettes of both men disappear into the fog, their footsteps slowly trailing off. I wait alone in silence, my body tense with anticipation. I clutch the center of the staff given to me, ready to return it to anyone who may need it. As the seconds roll by and quietness overtakes the area, I feel beads of sweat form on my head and drip down my neck. In the distance, a light flickers into existence. I tighten my grip and squint my eyes, straining to try seeing either of them. I defeat the urge to run into the mist towards them. Finally, the silhouettes of the two men appear, and I finally feel capable of breathing again. I look between the two of them like I'm caught in a trance. The guide is passive. Bemmel, on the other hand, appears glad with the results.
I'm glad you're safe.
I hardly did a thing in the end. I didn't even get that close to it. But that's certainly better than if any trouble came up.
I smile with gratitude that this threat was overcome peacefully and nod. Now with the pathway clear and everyone in one piece, we can continue. But we will do that in the next episode. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm really shocked. According to the walkthrough, this gives me another loot ending, so I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen still. Well, we'll see. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And also make sure to ring the bell for notifications for new episodes. You can follow me on Twitch, where I stream every week, and also follow me on Twitter for updates. Until next time, have a nice day. Adios!